Hey everybody, welcome to Ants Rants, where it's game time all the time. I'm your host Anthony Carrillo, and today I'm going to continue my NFL divisional predictions and talk about the NFC North. Last year's champion, the Green Bay Packers, are still as good as ever. Davante Adams, let me tell you something. This kid, Davante Adams, their wide receiver, their rookie from Fresno State last year, he's in his second year now. This kid's got to be real good, so keep your eye on him. Jordy Nelson, too, does not get the fantasy recognition he deserves. They have Randall Cobb. Eddie Lacy's a psycho. And when you have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, once again, the field always tips in your favor when you have Aaron Rodgers. They have Clinton Dix. They have Clay Matthews. They have this star-studded team. The Packers, once again, I think win this division. Pretty much probably 11-5, 12-4, maybe even 13-3 if the team gets hot and they don't get hurt. Packers' big thing is that injuries. They usually sustain a lot of injuries. If they can stay healthy, they're always a force to be reckoned with. The team that finished second last year, the Detroit Lions, are in a different situation. Their offense is loaded with people. You have Eric Ebron in his second year, the tight end from North Carolina. Hopefully he takes a leap. You still have Megatron, Golden Tate, and Matthew Stafford, who could probably throw a ball through a car wash and not get the ball wet. On defense, they've lost a few people. You've lost Ndamukong Suh, you lost Nick Fairley. Maybe Stephen Tulloch will come back this year, not be an idiot and celebrate and blow out his knee so he's out for the season. But I think Detroit takes a step back from their 11-5 season last year. The team that finished third is the most intriguing, the Minnesota Vikings. You get Adrian Peterson back after being suspended for a year for what he did with his son, with the switch and everything. Teddy Bridgewater looks like a good player. You pick up Mike Wallace. Cordarrelle Patterson needs to start playing actual football. Kyle Rudolph hopefully doesn't sustain another groin injury. You draft Trey Waynes, the cornerback from Michigan State, to pair with Captain Munnerlyn and Harrison Smith in that secondary. So I think that the Vikings could be one of these sleeper teams that could sneak in, challenge the Packers maybe, but not beat them, but maybe sneak in and get to the playoffs. The team that finished dead last in this division is the Chicago Bears. Jay Cutler's not the man he used to be, and he's not going to get any better. It's pretty much going downhill from here. You lose Brandon Marshall. You trade Brandon Marshall to my New York Jets. You still have Alshon Jeffrey. You have Martellus Bennett. You have the jack-of-all-trades Matt Forte. But the Chicago Bears, I think, are starting to slowly dip down, and I think they're going to continue to dip down because you need to replace Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler does not have the arm strength. He just doesn't have it. He just looks like he doesn't even want to play anymore. He looks like he's just playing to gain a paycheck, and that's it. It's like, oh, since I have a paycheck now, I'll just keep playing and just keep screwing around. Guy throws pills nowhere where they're supposed to be, and trust me, I know all about it. Dealt with Geno Smith last year, so I know all about quarterbacks putting footballs where they're not supposed to be. So, but you still have Alshon Jeffrey, who is a psycho. You drafted somebody from my junior college, Lackawanna, Kevin White, with the 7th overall pick, the receiver, so he's going to be a great addition to your team. He's fast as lightning. He's as tall as Brandon Marshall. So we'll see what happens. But the way I see this division playing out is that the Green Bay Packers win the NFC North again with 12-4. Then the Minnesota Vikings pretty much surprise everybody, jump into that number 2 spot, and finish about 9-7, maybe 10-6, and sneak into the playoffs possibly. Then you have the Detroit Lions coming up in third because they'll just try to out-throw everyone. And then you have the Chicago Bears once again finishing at the bottom, and the rebuilding mode needs to start in Chicago. But let me know what you guys think. Who wins the NFC North and why? Let me know why. Let me know your X factor for this whole division. All right, leave the comments down below on the Facebook page, email, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to. And this has been another episode of Ants Rants, where it's game time all the time. I'm your host, Anthony Carrillo. Thank you, and have a good day.